Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News, and your daily wrestling newscast for Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with the World Wrestling Council's 17th annual Euphoria pay-per-view event in Puerto Rico. 4 title changes and a major debut took place during the show, which was held in Bayamón on Saturday. In the main event, La Maldita Revolucion defeated La Alteria Ilegal to take the WWC World Tag Team title in a table, ladders, and chairs match. The win marked La Maldita Revolucion's third reign and ended La Alteria Ilegal's reign at 112 days. The title dates back to 1977 and was first held by the Fabulous Kangaroos pairing of Al Costello and Don Kent. Earlier in the night, Chris Adonis dethroned Intelecto Cinco Estrellas to become the new WWC Unified Universal Heavyweight Champion. Estrellas had been champion for nearly a year and a half. The special referee for the bout was Eddie Colon. Adonis spoke to Lucha Libre Online after the match.
Familia de Lucha Libre Online, aquí te habla Pedro Vega, and I'm here with the new Universal Champion at WWC, the Masterpiece Chris Adonis. How's it feel being here, the new champion?
Honestly, I have to say it's an honor and a privilege to be here in Puerto Rico and to hold this prestigious title. I mean, look at me. I'm the masterpiece. I'm Sexy Jesus. But not only am I those things, I'm now the Stu Hart Heritage Heavyweight Champion and the WWC Universal Heavyweight Champion. That is legend right there.
Dating back to 1982 and originally known as the WWC World Championship, the title was first held by Abdullah the Butcher and has since been held by the likes of Carlos Colon, Ox Baker, Dory Funk Jr., Ronnie Garvin, Dick Murdoch, Greg Valentine, Sabu, Carlito, Scott Hall, and Scott Steiner. The WWC World Junior Heavyweight Championship also changed hands on Saturday when El Informante defeated champion Diego Luna, as well as Brandon and El Hijo de Enigma in a 4-way match. The loss ended Diego Luna's reign at 84 days. The WWC Junior Heavyweight crown has been around for 50 years and was first held by Dick Steinborn. It's also been held by the likes of Carlos Colon, Les Thornton, Jerry Briscoe, Pero Aguayo, Steve Corino, and Rey Mysterio Jr. And in the first title change of the night, Brian Idol defeated Jovan to take the WWC television title. In addition to the title changes, Euphoria saw the WWC debut of Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler.
Directamente desde Hollywood, Florida, representando TNA y New Japan Pro Wrestling, the most wanted, Nick Nemeth.
And here we go, the man who vows to steal the show and look good doing it. Nick Nemeth has arrived at WWC Euphoria on the heels of Chris Adonis' historic title win here tonight. Nick Nemeth looks to cement this night against Mr. Ratings Ray Gonzalez. A tough task indeed.
Nemeth lost his WWC debut to Ray Gonzalez via disqualification due to outside interference from Eddie Colon. Ryan Nemeth was also present, losing his bid to win the WWC Puerto Rican title from Gilbert, and WWC Caribbean champion Zavant was also successful in his defense against Matt Cardona. WWE came to Jackson, Mississippi yesterday with a house show at the Mississippi Coliseum. The results of the show were nearly identical to Saturday night's show in Mobile, Alabama, with Cody Rhodes once again beating Shinsuke Nakamura in a bull rope match in the main event. The single difference at last night's event was Ricochet defeating Jinder Mahal, who had defeated him the night before in Mobile. The Mississippi Coliseum was the site of weekly and bi-weekly cards from Leroy McGurk's Tri-State Wrestling in the 1970s, and later Bill Watts' Mid-South in the 1980s. It was first run by the WWF in 1986 with a card headlined by Hulk Hogan defending the WWF World title against Hercules. And turning to Japan, the King of DDT Tag Team Championship changed hands yesterday in Tokyo at DDT's Sweet Dreams event, with Daisuke Sasaki and Kanon taking the title from Shota and Soma Takao. In the main event of Sweet Dreams, Mao successfully defended the DDT Universal title against Brian Keith. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, You can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The wrestling news can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the wrestling news across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.